All right, so here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically add the rest of the content. We're going to do this relatively quickly. So I want to add another section. So this time it's purple because it's a full width one. It's not that usual like aquamarine color, this color. It's like it's different. So we're going to go ahead and do regular. And then I'm going to do a small one, 2 columns with small left side, longer right side. On this side, it always automatically asks you. I'm just going to do text. And then I'm just going to go ahead in this text, so Control A. You can see we can put in all sorts of settings here, right? So we're just going to say, why choose us? Why choose us? Like that. And then let's just go ahead and grab the whole thing and let's make it like a heading 2, so it's nice and big. And then let's do, let's grab this one here, and I'm just going to go ahead and change the color so we can just make it a bright red so it sticks out. That looks fine. Let's see. Let's move this over so I can actually see it. So why choose us? That's what I'm thinking we would put. Now, if you want to make even further adjustments, you can actually go to the text here, and like, let's say I want to make the choose like also larger, right? So you can see I already by putting the thing, it automatically writes the code for us. But I can just add another rule here and do like font hyphen size, and then we will do, I don't know, let's do 48 pixels, right? Like that. And so you can actually write stuff in here. So if I want to do a paragraph, I could do P, blah, 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 end my P, right? You could do whatever you want. It's all built. If you go to the text section, you can manually write anything you want. So if you find that you're not getting what you want in here by utilizing these buttons, you can see they have descriptions, like when you pop over them. You can definitely get them there. Okay, so we're gonna call that good. I'll hit blah blah blah. So why choose us? And then over here, I'm just gonna go ahead and click on this to add another module. So we'll just say text, and I'm just gonna use the dummy text here. And to add another module underneath it, I'm just gonna add another text one. I'm gonna click on this, and again, I'm just gonna put text again. I'm just gonna say this is like some sort of description, and we'll hit accept. And then instead, if it was just going to duplicate one, you can actually click on this and that will duplicate it. And now it'll duplicate the module. So like, let's say I want to do why choose us because we're the best or something. And I want to put we're the best. I could duplicate it and then just reformat it to what I want. So if you like have some sort of special formatting on an element, just duplicate it and then just change the content of it in the way that you would want. Okay. Let's go ahead now and just add another section. So I'm going to click on that little blue section thing. And then we will, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's do this. I'm going to click on the little row thing. Let's add a row. This time I'm going to add 3 columns. Okay. And we're going to add testimonials, not text, testimonials. Boop. Okay. Now, here you can put a picture. So you could have like someone saying something and then you put the person's name, right? I'm not going to do that over and over again. So I'm just going to duplicate this twice. I'll grab this one. If you click and drag it over, you can put it there. I'm going to grab it again because we made 3 of them. So I grab the little arrows here, click and drag over like so. And then afterwards, if I want, sometimes it's a good idea just to do the layout. Don't worry about putting any of the content in. And then afterwards, go through and follow the content in. Especially if you're doing this for a client and they have their own content. So I can click on this little gear here, and then I can put in the content, right? So that's all the settings and stuff. But I'm going to call that good enough as far as, because this all kind of goes together, why choosing us, and then, specific people and stuff. All right, let's go ahead and add another section this time. So I'm going to click on the little section button. We'll do a regular, and we're going to go ahead and do 1 full column. And I'm just going to add text. And we'll just call this featured work. Control A. Oops. Apparently I caps lock. Featured work. And I'm just going to make sure I get it selected. And let's just go ahead and make that a heading 2. I want it kind of big. Let's also center it by clicking on this. That will center it. And we'll call that good enough. Okay. Now underneath that, what I want to do is I want to add a gallery. So underneath it, I'm going to hover over it. You'll see the little icon. It's kind of hard to get to, but I'm going to click on that. It's going to add a module, and this time we're going to do a gallery. Click on gallery, and then we can add our gallery images. So I'm going to click on the little plus here, and I'm going to select all of my gallery images, which I don't have a lot. So I'm going to have to drop some pictures in there. So we'll grab, I don't know, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. We'll just drag these 4. Drag those into there. I don't really care what pictures you use. Just need to have pictures in there. So if yours looks different than mine, that's totally fine. That's going to take a second to upload. So when that's done, I don't know why it would because it's local, but whatever. When that's done uploading, I'll continue it. All right, so I have 4 pictures. It's going to minimize this. We'll hit select. It's going to add those 4 pictures, and I could add more if I wanted to. Let me see. Do I need to do anything else? Yeah. Okay. There are some options down here. So I'm going to wait till it previews so we can see it a little bit better. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So there are some options down here. So you can see the image order default. You can make it random. But now it's just going by the order that they're placed in here. But, we can move them around if you wanted them to be in a different order. Just drag them around. Elements. So on the elements, you can show caption and title. I'm just going to turn these off. I'm also going to show pages off. Because if you have it that it's more than what you have, then you'll have a little page number down there. So there's no description on these in particular. Change the background, things like that, right? So if you go to design, you'll notice that the design is most often the same for most of the features, but they actually do change depending on the object, the module that you have selected. Okay, so we'll call that good. Another thing I want to do though, just because I don't want it all to be the same color. I'm just going to take this whole section here and we're just going to change the background color. So let's just click up here. I'm going to go to the background. We're going to add, if I click on these are those default ones we were before. Let's just use, let's say this one, and then I'll hit OK. And now we have that background color. Might make sense. It actually doesn't, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to click on this guy and let's just make this white. So if I click on it, I'm just going to change check color. Let's make it white. Okay. Yay. And apparently I hit the X on there. So that was done with me, but, and click on the check mark to execute it. Okay. And I think that was everything I wanted to add. So we have like a complete page if you look at it, right? I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Totally feel free to, riff on this. In fact, I mean, I would rather you did because it's more enjoyable for me than seeing just the same thing over and over again. But you should be able to, see what you have here. Should look somewhat like this. If you want to add more elements, add more elements. Just make sure, that you're playing around with the settings. It's how you're going to learn because there's a lot of different settings, and the time you spend doing it now here, it'll be easier when you go to do your project because then you'll know that those things exist. There's too many options out there for me to kind of cover everything. I just want you to get an idea of generally how it works and where to roughly find things. Okay, so that looks good. We're going to hit save, and then we'll see you in the next slide.